Good day, fellas. I figured this morning I had a bit of time and I wanted to be able to um, give a little bit of a basic understanding of what I do in order to collect my players that I'm looking for. So I am new to this whole thing with Diamond Dynasty. And so don't look to me as being the expert because I am not. However, being a few months into this, doing the Diamond Dynasty, if I can give a little bit of help for anyone that's new to it and trying to figure out if they've just been playing with live series cards, how do I find my guys that I want and how do I get them? That's just basically what I want to do in this short little video. Short, I'm hoping by short is 10 minutes ish, maybe a little longer, but I don't know. Never done this before, so we're gonna start off with. So let's say that we want to just start with what is Diamond Dynasty. So at the top here, you got your Diamond Dynasty. You hit the X, and you get started in it. And just as a basic overview, here is your home, and under home is managing your squad, customizing, so manage squad. This is how you build your roster in order to play the different modes within Diamond Dynasty. Very basic, very straightforward. Customize, this is where you would go in order to design your own uniform, put your own name for when you're playing in Diamond Dynasty. You can just do a whole bunch of different editing. Obviously, you can see piles, pythons. I got the snake on my uniform. I designed this. This is the uniform that I have both home and away for Diamond Dynasty. Here I'm not bothering going in here. You guys can tour around on that. So next we have under the play tab, you have programs. And so under programs, this is going to show your reward path, where you are on your season. So I am very quickly or very soon going to hit the end of my reward path for season 4, which is the Bobby Witt Jr. card. I don't have him, but that's where that shows in the reward path. Here's Team Affinity, so you'll have this every season as well. You'll have your different seasons, your different divisions, and you can just toot around in there and look, and I'm going to come back to that in a moment. But at the top, you'll notice there's in season and out of season. So out of season is obviously all the past seasons of Affinity that have occurred, and you may need to be going back here. Like I've finished up almost all of this. I got the AL West over here, 71%, but a lot of the Affinity I've been able to just play around with and get done. So I think that's the only one that is of the past. Oh, there's NL West. I've got 93. So I got pretty close to all the affinities done. So for your particular player, you may have to complete out of season affinity in order to capture the player that you're after. Again, we'll come back to that. And then other programs, these are the other things that are in there. So right now there is, of season 4, there's this Captain Blizzard, drop 2, Captain Blizzard 1, Lou Gehrig. So you do this and you play moments in here for rewards as well as missions. Here it says hits with first baseman, extra base hits with first baseman, and on and on. So here, this is what you'll do in order to get, at the very end, the 90 Lou Gehrig card. So that's what some of these other programs that are not affinity. And again, at the top, you'll see out of season. So here, again, one of your cards, maybe you have to go out of season in some of these other programs in order to earn your card instead of buying them. And not all cards that you're looking for can be bought. Some have to be earned by playing these programs. Okay, so that is the basic of the play. Then you have the next is collections, and this took a little while for me to figure out what everyone's talking about collections. So here under collections, you'll see starter collections. It's going to have different things that are, as you collect cards from your packs that you earn, you come here and do them. So, for instance, under this collection, under Finest, you'll see that you come in here and enter in the cards you've earned. So here's Seth Lugo. I haven't collected that. Riley Green. I haven't collected that one. Stephen Kwan. Jose Ramirez. So I'm at 29. There's Crochet. Griffin Jacks. Luis Garcia. Brian Reynolds. Okay, so I hit X in order to select them, and then I press start in order to collect those items. So on the far right over here, you'll see that as you collect those cards on the left, as you earn, you get different cards. So starting with this Finest series, there's the 99 Corbin Burns, Justin Martinez, Contreras. So these collections will help you earn cards that may. I just saw another one here I didn't click on here. So that's 34 of 35. One more, and I'll be able to get the 99 Ketel Marte. Okay, so some of them you can't buy. Some cards you're after. Some cards you can't earn because they're not in one of the programs, but they may be available just through your different collections. And we're going to come to that in a little bit. So that's what is in here with collections. You go and the cards you have, you collect them, you lock them in, and when you lock them in, if they are a card that you got in a pack that you could sell for stubs or buy for stubs, if you enter them into the collection and click submit, or and you hit the start, they become non-sellable. You cannot, once you've locked them in for your program, you cannot go and sell them after if they were cards that you won through packs or bought. And then they have these different ones here. So live series, I'm going to go through that. And so here, all your live cards that you have, you just keep on entering them in. For me, I had to do all of these. I had most of them since I was playing a lot throughout the year. But in order to get Babe Ruth, you collect all of them, and then you'd earn your Babe Ruth. That's something for another video if people want some of that information. But that's the collections. I'm not going to worry about exchanges because I don't know a lot about that. All right. So to start off with, let's say we're going to exit out of here. So this is the main menu. Let's say that, for instance, you have a card, say a Suzuki, that you want to earn. If that is the case, you come into your Diamond Dynasty here. And what I do is, if I'm totally unfamiliar with the game or where I would actually locate these cards, I go to the very top left, highlight on my name, and I go to my collection by hitting the R1 tab, my inventory. I click on that, my MLB players, and then at the bottom there's the search button. I go search, and I want to look for Seiya Suzuki. So I already did this a little bit before just so I knew who I was going to be looking for, and I'm going to search. Okay, so here's Suzuki. Here is the live series card, but I want this card. I want the 99 card, for instance. So at the very top right, you can see view locations. It's in a program. It's in the NL Central Season 4 final chapter. That's where you're going to find this card that I've got highlighted over here, the 99 Seiya Suzuki. So I know that I can do it. So if I click X, view program, it's going to take me right to the program where I can find it. And so if we click on this reward path of Season 4 NL Central Moments. Here we can click on that pack that we would earn. I'm going to go back to that. So when you start, you won't have any TA. If you look under where it says 2500 TA, that's Team Affinity. That's what it stands for. You'll see that as you play in this Team Affinity, you'll start to gather Team Affinity points, and you'll just progress along this path. And at 60,000 TA, you get your first pack. And in that first pack, boom, there is Seiya Suzuki. That when you get to that, you have a choice of which of these cards you want to earn. So if you don't need any of these other guys, but you just want Seiya, boom, you click on Seiya Suzuki and you have him. He's yours. You've earned him, but you are not able to sell him. He's a non-sellable card. All right. So that's first of all what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be searching for a player using this inventory page. Let's say that we're going to be going to that actual program. We come down here to this tab, home, play, and we're going to go to programs. Programs, we know that we need to go to Team Affinity, and we need to go to Season 4 NL Central to find Seiya. So you come in here. This is where I'm at this particular point in time. And under here, you'll have to start off with, to start earning Team Affinity points, you have your NL Central moments. And here you can just play these 5 particular moments. They're worth 5,000 TA point or TA rewards, each one that you do. So by playing all these moments, and they're anything from getting an RBI, getting a hit, getting an extra base hit, getting a home run, whatever it is, when you accomplish that moment, you get 5,000 for each one of these done. So that's by doing these 5, that's 25,000 TA rewards that you'll have towards your getting Seiya Suzuki. Okay, so also under here, before we get into the missions and general missions and stuff, what I always do is I come down to this voucher and player exchanges. I come over here and I go to NL Central Players 1. I'll come here and I've already accomplished it, so I can't do that one. I've already done. I usually only do NL Central or the Players 1 and Players 2. And I do the rest through playing Conquest, which we're going to get into right away here. But just to show you under NL Central, what it's going to look is all these players have different values. So being that you're further in the player exchanges, 100,000. Oops. In order to get 20,000 TA by exchanging your inventory of players, you have to accomplish or get $100,000 of value, 100,000, not dollars, but in order to get the 20,000 TA or Team Affinity rewards. So if you just are exchanging hundreds, that's going to take you a lot long. So you just click over here, and you're going to come to probably page 5 to start really accomplishing a lot. And so here you'll have your, you click on that, and you says you have 2 of them, so you can exchange 2. Keep on coming down here. That's 1, 2,400. I've got 7 of this Colin Halderman. You click on that, 7. Hit R2, you're done. You can see already on the right side, I've already accomplished, just by clicking on these, I'm already a quarter of the way to collecting 100,000. In order to, once I do it, I would have 20,000 Team Affinity rewards. So you can do that. If you got lots of inventory, this is a quick way of moving yourself along that reward path very quickly without having to do a bunch of missions. Okay, so that's that. That's moments. That is exchanges. And then I come to where bulk of my playing time would be is I look under, because once I have my first pack, let's say that I want Seiya Suzuki, but I want to continue. Let's say that I wanted Seiya, and I also wanted Sonny Gray. Let's say that those are the two guys that I wanted to get out of this reward. Well, a quick way in order to do that is if let's say that you've already gotten to getting Seiya Suzuki from Chicago, you come under here under Cubs missions because he's from Chicago. You click over there and you can see that under this part, total bases with any of your Cubs is worth 15,000 TA if you once you've gotten 25 total bases. For innings pitched, 20,000 if you get 15 innings pitched. Hits, 30 hits, 30,000. Stolen bases with Cubs, you had 20 stolen bases, is worth 50,000. But here, if you pick him first, you go with the Suzuki or hits with Suzuki. Once he's got 5 hits, that's worth 15,000 TA. So obviously, if you want two of these guys from this pack, you're going to have to get all the way over to here at 100,000 TA in order to get two of those cards. And if that's where you want to stop, well, then you stop at that point. But that's what you will have to do in order to get two of those players from that pack. So what I look for is how to set up or manage my roster. Is I want players that I can accomplish my, let's say the Cubs, I want to have the hits, or what was it, total bases, hits, stolen bases, and hits with Suzuki. So let's say I've already earned Suzuki, and I'm going to build my roster of Cubs, okay? So I build my roster with Cubs of my hitters, the players in the field plus the bench. And then what I'm going to look for is any of these missions that have pitchers that have two things that are going to be helpful. So for Brewers, okay, there's nothing for pitchers there. Nothing for the Pirates. Cardinals, okay, so here are the Cardinals. It says Ks with Cardinals. If you get 10 Ks with your Cardinals pitchers, you get 15,000. And you'll notice right here it says repeatable. So you can just continue to be playing with your Cardinals pitchers, your favorite guys, and continue to rack up 10 strikeouts at a time. Every time you do 10 strikeouts worth 15,000 TA. But also while you're doing the strikeouts, by tallying 15 innings pitched, you're going to get 20,000. But that's not repeatable. So the Ks is repeatable, the innings pitch is not. All right. So what I would do this is what I would do is I come over here, I back out of this team affinity. Now that I know what I'm after, I want those players. I want to use Cubs and Seiya Suzuki. I come over here to manage squads. You back out of the programs. You come back to home. And it says manage your squad. You come in here, and then what you'd do is you'd fill your roster with Cubs. So you just come into here, put your filters on, come to here and grab all, go right over to Cubs. All right. And you start building your roster, putting in Cubs. I'm not going to change the whole roster because I've got to figure it out for the Reds because that's the route I went. So you just would go over here, you pick up your Cubs and fill your roster with Cubs. And if you'd already earned your Seiya Suzuki, you put him into there because you want to have him part of your Cubs lineup that's getting hits because his hits also go part and parcel with the Cubs hits, obviously. So you're going to be killing two birds with one stone having Seiya Suzuki in your roster. Now, let's say that as part of your hitters, let's say that you have a Cubs, Kyle Schwarber, who's a team captain, and you have him on your roster. You come over here to the left, you just scroll to the left, and it has hitting captain and pitching captain by hitting L1, R1, okay? So for this example, I have a Reds roster, and I have Eugenio Suarez. And so all you have is you can, if you have multiple captains on your team, you can toggle up or down. But here I got Suarez. I click on him, and I've already assigned him as captain, but I can unassign him if I want to. But I've assigned him as captain, And so then I come over here and it'll show when we play the game, or if we played a game, it would show a boost that would happen. So with Eugenio Suarez, the top tier 3 boost to your lineup is that 25 power versus left, 25 power versus right, 20 plus or plus 20 pitching for clutch, and plus 20K per 9 for your pitchers. Okay, so this is basically the starting part of what you want to do for your squad. And then for your pitchers, since you want to go with Cardinals, which is exactly what I did, you fill your roster with Cardinals, starters, relievers, and you look for, hopefully you have a team captain you can use. In this case, I have Michael Wacha. He's a team captain from the Cards, and I'm looking to acquire or get innings pitched and Ks with my pitchers. So over here, again, to team captains, I hit toggle to pitching captain, Michael Wacha. And you want to add him. So for him, 13 players from your squad need to be St. Louis Cardinals in order to maximize your boost. But if you don't have that many, it has the different levels, tier 1, tier 2, and tier 3 for the boost by having the captain. And this is beneficial for when you're doing your Diamond Dynasty, as your hitters and your pitchers are doing better by assigning captains. So that's very important to do that. Okay, so that's what you'll do as you go through your programs. Whether it's Team Affinity or whether it's other programs, let's say out of season, Padres versus, let's say that you want to earn Teo Hernandez. Okay, so he's here at the end of the Padres Dodgers program in the playoff series. In there, it's just moments. You just play through these moments, and you're going to work yourself across this reward path, and eventually you're going to earn Teo, but you're also in the process going to earn Enrique Hernandez and Fernando Tatis as well as you do that. So, anyways, but some of those other programs require you to have general missions. So here, the Mike Schmidt, let's say you want to get the top Mike Schmidt, it's going to have a bunch of different missions. I'm not going to get into PXP. If someone has questions, we can talk about it another time. But that's just parallel points. That's you have players of what they're asking for playing in your games, and you'll earn parallel points. But again, my video is getting way too long already. All right. So let's say that you've lined up your squad. You got your hitters, you got your pitchers. They're managed. You're ready to start earning your team affinity points. In this example, you come down here to play and single modes. I don't play mini seasons. Some guys do, but most of my time is either Conquest or Play versus Computer. I do a little bit of the multiplayer mode. Sometimes I'll do events. Maybe a little battle royale, because some of these events are the only way that you're going to be able to earn players that you're after if you don't want to buy them or whatever. So anyways, we're not going to talk about that. We're talking about the Conquest. You come over here to Conquest. You're going to click on that. And one of the things, I should go back to the programs, Team Affinity. All right, down at the very bottom here, it'll say TA Central Season 4 Final Chapter Conquest. 1,000 TA points once you've done that. So that's worth both the AL and NL Central. You can get 30 points towards each. Okay. Conquest, single player modes, Conquest. You come in here, you go over here to the Conquest. I'm almost done this map, but I got my Brian Reynolds, so I stopped playing it a while back ago, but I may just do it for entertainment purposes at some other point. So basically here, there's two strategies people use for Conquest maps. I'm going to go over here to this map just to start off with. This is what a brand new map is going to look like. You can see over here, this is where you start. Some strategies people will have is they want to conquer all the enemy fortresses. It's like Giant Risk. They want to immediately go to try and getting rid of all their competition as fast as possible, and then worry about filling the whole map in order to accomplish the whole conquest map later. I find that to be a more effective strategy for myself and my own gameplay. I'll go and try to attack all these guys first, and then I'll fill in the missing spots after. Because what's going to happen is these other competitors, they're going to grow their empires as well. And so once you conquer their stronghold, they no longer have fans that can invade your territory anymore. Once you do that, they won't be able to do that because they're not acquiring new fans for their club because your empire is growing by taking them out. So some will go and attack strongholds quickly, and others will just fill in the map, acquiring as many fans and just going it slowly and methodically and conquering the map. That's totally up to you, whatever you want to do. But once you've covered the whole map with your squad, then you can go and then you collect the reward of having it. But while you're playing the conquest map, you're also earning packs and stubs and prizes as you go along and covering your map as well. So that's conquest. That's what I do a lot of times. And as I finish up, for instance, getting back to my programs, once I've accomplished let's say that I've got all my Cubs and they've accomplished all their innings pitched, their total bases, their hits, their stolen bases, the hits with Suzuki. Once they've accomplished that, then I'll just move over to the next. Because if you're wanting to finish this all, you're going to have to probably do this twice in order to get right to the end. So then I would just go to another squad, whether it's Brewers missions, and I'll set up my hitting to be all Brewers, and then I'll go and do this all again. So, anyways, that is the sort of as much as I could do a Reader's Digest version for you. If there's more need of any more explanations, I may be able to just do a little live stream. People can pop in. Maybe we can plan for something like that. But that gives a little overview of what I do and how I earn my cards through Diamond Dynasty. Thanks for tuning in. If you endured right to the end, appreciate that. Take care and have a good one.